We keep on moving, we keep on moving along, we keep on rolling. No, we ain't slowing it down. We ain't slowing down. Moving, we keep on moving along, we keep on rolling. Yeah, no, we ain't slowing it down. Let's go. We ain't slowing down, baby. Come and show me how. Gotta do it right now. You know you gotta hold me down. Can I let the moment pass? Good things they never last. Pull up in a whip, you know I had to hit the gas. Yeah, that's premium. Pull up with a team and ain't worried about the other side. They know that they ain't beating. I'm on everything I love. Word to the man above. Keep it cool, calm, collected. At this point, you get the message. Life is hectic, but we gotta keep it rolling. No, gotta keep it moving like we stole it. Though, rolling with the punches, giving hits like we are Interscope. Even though I'm clocking, punching in, I'm independent though. Staying prayed up, ain't nothing gon' phase us. Ain't never gon' let a lame say what they just made up. I never take a pay cut, we getting what we worth in. I never change the blueprint cause we know it's really working. Keep on moving, we keep on moving along. Keep it moving, keep it rolling. No, we ain't slowing it down. Never slowing down, never moving. We keep on moving along. Keep it moving, keep it rolling. No, we ain't slowing it down. Never gonna lose it. Cause we in it for the movement. If I'm lying, then I'm flying. Don't play into their amusement. If we trying, we ain't dying. Never sleep, never sleep, never. The moment that you rest your head, they think they can't compete. If you gotta skip steps, then the plan is not complete. Get your reps in, get your reps in, get your. Never rest on a past success. You gotta love what you do if you tryna be the best. Keep on moving, we keep on moving along. Keep it moving, keep it rolling. Never slowing down, never moving. We keep on moving along. Keep it moving, keep it rolling. Keep it rolling, keep it moving. We ain't never gonna lose it.
Who's been to Epstein Island, mate?
Everyone!
Oh, yes, and just in the nick of time, I pressed the correct button. Yes, too many laughs, guys. Some might say I'm getting a bit better at this. I don't know, really. What do you think? Anyway, nobody's here yet, so I'll just carry on, shall I? On my own, just sort of sitting here talking to myself. At least that means I'm not crazy. At least if I'm sort of talking to you, then I'm not crazy. Or some say. Anyway. Two Shies here, everybody, so I'm definitely not talking to myself. Oh, yes. At last, somebody's there. I don't feel like such a lunatic. So today, what have we got today? It's my last stream of the week, I think. I do think this is my last stream of the week. Monday to Thursday, 7 o'clock. Live. Yes. Live. It's live, yeah. Why? I don't know. I just enjoy doing it. So what have we got for you today? Oh, and the beautiful, wonderful, marvellous Beth Gish is here, everybody. Oh, yes. The wine o'clock girl is here. Wine o'clock. It is what it is. Anyway. So I saw this and I thought, well, you know, I look at the news every day. You know, not every day. I won't look at it tomorrow. I might look at it a little bit, but not like I look at it like I sort of troll it a little bit when I'm doing these, just for something to do, really, because it's all very amusing to me. So what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? This is what we got. Number of asylum seekers in hotels halves in a year. Now, when I first saw that, I thought,
what?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought, what? What do you mean it halves in a year? Where have they all gone then? Are they all gone then? Of course they've not, have they? I mean, I haven't read the article, but I saw the headline and thought that's got to be a good one. Because it's like, is it sort of like trying to convince people that, oh, there was a problem with all these illegal immigrants being housed in these hotels at the taxpayers' expense, which is hundreds of millions, if not more than that, right? And no, now, number of asylum seekers in hotels halves in a year. Sounds really positive, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Where are they then? Any guesses, anybody? Well, let's have a little read and we'll see if we get some sort of conclusion out of this. I'm not sure if we will or not, being that it's the BBC, but we'll have a look. There has been a significant fall in the use of hotels to house asylum seekers waiting for a Home Office decision, data shows. Why is there a Home Office decision? You enter a country illegally, there shouldn't be any decisions made. No, you should just be detained, deported. There shouldn't be any. Why is there got to be a decision made? It's madness. And why should they be given any money? In the meantime, in June 2025, there were more than 32,000 people in hotel rooms, but by June this year, it halved to more than 16,000. There has also been a drop in legal migration arrivals, asylum claims, and small boat arrivals to the UK compared to a year ago. Sounds very good, doesn't it? The Home Office said the figures showed that policies to control migration were having an effect, but said there is still more to do on the issue of small boat crossings. Not so small boats, really, is it? Let's face it, 120 odd people on a boat. It's not a small boat, is it? There was also a fall in the number of family members coming to the UK to join someone already legally in the country, while asylum claims were also down by a fifth. Some 38,000 illegal arrivals were detected in the year to June. 33,000 of them on small boats across the sea from France. More up-to-date figures show the trend in small boat arrivals has continued to be lower than last year. Correspondingly, claims for asylum have also fallen. Some 86,000 people sought asylum, down a fifth on the previous year. About half of those applications for help came from people who were already legally in the UK, rather than having arrived on a small boat illegally. They didn't say illegally, I added it. The rise in the use of hotels coincided with an increase in arrivals across the English Channel from 2019 and a slowing down of Home Office decisions as to how many of these claimants had a genuine right to stay in the UK or should be told to leave. We're going to tell you to leave, all right? I'm not going. Well, we told you. We told them to leave. We did our bit. We told them to leave. Bez Bezic is here, everybody. How you doing, Bez? One of the first decisions of the new Starmer government in July 2024 was to order officials to work faster in deciding these claims, with the target of ending the use of hotels within 5 years. All right, yeah, so you end the use of hotels. They've got to go somewhere, though, haven't they? If you're not going to get rid of them straight away. And you're not going to put them in an internment camp. Home Secretary Shababama Mahmood said a little over 2 years into office and the asylum backlog is down. The number of asylum seekers in hotels is falling. Illegal working arrests are at record levels, and deportations and returns are up markedly. Where are they putting? I thought we had the jails were full. Weren't the jails full or near to full? So when they get somebody for illegal working, what do they do with them? What do they actually do with them? Do they send them to jail, or do they just what do they do with them? All right, you might arrest them, but what are you doing with them? Are they getting kicked out? Are they going to jail? Or are they just being released on bail or back into the community with a slap on the hand? What's happening with them? Does anybody know? Small boats numbers are also now falling, but we are not complacent and there is more we must do. Shadow Home Secretary Chris Phillips said Labour was moving illegal immigrants out of hotels and into flats in your building. There you go. So they're going out of their hotels then and they're getting flats. And I suppose HMOs, isn't it? Like houses. And we have got people crying out for property. Affordable housing with families. They've been here for generations. He said a Conservative government would deport every illegal immigrant and leave the European Court of Human Rights. Hang on, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm okay, Bez. I'm sound, mate. But correct me if I'm wrong. Weren't the Conservatives in power for like 15 years when this was all still happening? And they didn't do anything then, did they? Why didn't they stop it then? So this is what I hate about politicians and governments. This is what I hate about it, political parties. Because when they're in there, they don't do nothing. And then when they're not in there, they're all of a sudden saying, well, you get us back in and we're going to do it. Well, why didn't you do it when you was in there the first time? Why didn't you do it then? And then the other thing that's really troubling is that gullible people swallow that. Oh, yeah, they'll get rid of them now then. Yeah, I'm going to vote Conservative next time then, yeah. I mean, what's that about? If they couldn't do it when they were in, what makes you think they're going to do it when they get in again, if they get in again, which I doubt? Restore, what are they called? Restore Britain. That's what they're called. They're the ones. Have a chance on them. Have a chance on Restore Britain or have a chance on Bimface. You make a choice. But anything else ain't worth it. Anything else just ain't worth it. Yeah, it's too many laughs, guys. Oh no, too many. I've got a hair again on my nose. I've got to trim it. It's tickling my nose. He said, no. The surest way to empty the accommodation is to make plain that nobody who crosses the channel gets to stay, he added. Well, how comes they were all staying when you was in charge, when you lot had it all? How comes they were staying then? And you was putting them in hotels then? Why? What's going to change? They took don't they? In response to the new figures, Reform UK said Britain was at breaking point. Not yet. It ain't yet, is it? It's not really yet, is it? There's still the odd field, isn't there? You know, it's still a bit of brown land here and there. Zia Youssef, its Home Affairs spokesman said, under reform, illegal boats in the channel will be stopped by our Navy, and all of those here illegally will be detained and deported. Do you trust reform? I don't. Not at all. Not in the slightest. Not at all. Richard Choice, remember the jabs? Behave. So you've got to go. If you want to get into Uzu, right? Go back to COVID. Sorry. Go back then, and see who was saying what about what then, and then look at who's saying what about it now, right? Who did have and who didn't have, and who tried to get you to have, and who didn't. Look at that, because that will tell you everything you need to know. Other than that, because if you're one of these people watching this that had that, do you regret it? Have you been a bit weird since then? I never had anything. I'm fine. I'm the same as I've always been. Probably a bit better, actually, if you know what I mean. Shut up. The number of people in houses around the country paid for by the Home Office has gone up from 65,000 at the end of 2024 to 69,000 in June this year. Arrangements that are part of a decade-long standing contract with private providers. A lot of people are getting very rich out of this. Very rich. You imagine if you had 10, 15 houses and they could all have multiple occupants, and the government's giving you a contract for like 5 years, guaranteeing the rent, guaranteeing the repairs, guaranteeing everything. You're going to be laughing all the way to the bank, aren't you? They're probably sitting in the Costa del Sol somewhere, having a nice cocktail. You know what I mean? Not having to lift a finger anymore. Just a result, isn't it? It's a result, isn't it? The number of asylum claimants waiting for initial ruling on their case, meaning they are told whether they have a genuine case for protection or should leave the UK, was 40,000. That is down from a peak of 175,000 in June 2023. So that was then. I mean, this is like year on year. This is like constantly. If they was to add all the numbers together, that's what we need to see, isn't it? I wish I knew how to go about doing it, and I wish I had the time to. I ain't got the time to. I'm trying to run 3 businesses at the minute. But all the numbers, how many have actually, since all this started, how many have come? How many do they think have gone? How many do they estimate are truly here? How many are actually in and being paid for any accommodation whatsoever? How many are not in accommodation, maybe living in a tent somewhere or on the street or whatever? You don't sort of see them numbers, do you? No. Bezbezik. Farage will fold like a house of cards as soon as they get anywhere near power, and then the rest of his party will follow. Absolutely, absolutely spot on. Let's give you this. Let's give you this. Spot on. That's exactly what I think as well. That's exactly what I think as well, mate. I think you're absolutely on the money there, totally. I'm totally the same opinion with that. Meanwhile, some 40,000 found not to have a reason to be in the UK, either foreign offenders, visa overstayers or failed asylum applicants, were removed from the country in the year to June 2026, an 8% increase on the year before. Officials say about a third were failed asylum seekers, the highest number for 16 years, and double the rate of removals that occurred in 2021. Now, this is a bit of a graph. Asylum seekers in supported accommodation count per quarter. Hotels are in the deep blue, and other accommodation types. Look at that. Other The statistics also show 235,000 work visas in the year to the end of June 2026 by the Home Office. That's down 18% on the previous year and 62% lower than the peak in December of 2023. The high related to policies followed by the former Prime Minister Boris Johnson to liberalise the work visa system. But in its dying months, the Rishi Sunak government tightened the rules. Significantly, the number of workers who could arrive on a specialist health and care worker visa fell by 90%, following progressive tightening of that route. The data also reveals 383,000 foreign students came to the UK in the year to June 2026, down 11% on the previous year and 41% down on the peak in June 2023. Following the introduction of restrictions on how migrants could apply to bring family members to join them, only 58,000 such visas were granted in the year to June 2026, 19% down on the previous 12 months. Statisticians say that the fall was largely driven by new rules making it exceptionally hard for refugee families to come together in the UK. That policy, which has faced challenges in the High Court, remains in place, with the government believing it has an impact on deterring illegal arrivals across the English Channel. I don't think it does. Critics say it denies genuine refugees the chance to rebuild their lives. Immigration stats are published every 3 months and related to a 12-month period. People applying for asylum in the UK, 2026. Look at this. Fucking hell. Anyway, so where are they all though? What's the bill at the moment for their housing and everything? When's this going to end? It ain't going to end, is it? It ain't going to end. It's not going to end. It's just not going to end. I'll end up keep talking about this briefly because it's just not going to end. And there was something else I saw that I wanted to show you. I saw this on X, right? Have a listen to this. I don't know if this is genuine. All I know is it was on X, right? So I don't know if it's genuine. Do your own research. I'm just showing you because maybe it is genuine. But have a look at this.
To advise you on the following. Listen to this now. This is where years old, and the rules in their home countries are very different from ours. We would like to advise you on the following. Listen to this now. This is where we need to stand up. I am not having this. If you have young daughters, please keep them inside where possible. If they have to venture out, please make sure they are dressed appropriately so they do not tempt men in any way. Long skirts, trousers are advised with shoulders covered. I'm not a Muslim. I'm a Christian. This is fucking England. How dare you even write that to me? I have an 18-year-old daughter that goes out. Are you mad? Are you actually mad? Ready? Also, dogs are offensive to some religions, so please keep your animals indoors, whether you can, and use your garden facilities to exercise them where applicable. Consider rehousing your pet, if possible. Hello? Are you okay? It is advised that you keep your cars and windows on your property locked. And any garden tools, bikes or movable property should be placed out of sight and locked away safely. Also, you must not, under any circumstance, racially abuse or show prejudice to our guests. Our guest! Did I invite them? Did you invite them? Did we say they're allowed? Because I don't remember this. Bexley is now officially a sanctuary for asylum seekers. Please be kind and show them our respect and appreciation for being newly interrogated into our community.
Integrated.
Thank you for your continued cooperation in maintaining a safe and orderly neighbourhood. All residents in the area, including those in the new flats, are expected to follow the same standards.
What do you make of that? What do you make of that? And it goes with it. This Bexley Council are telling residents to do. This is what apparently, that's what Bexley Council is telling residents to do. If that is true, if that is true, right, this country is disintegrating at a pace that I never knew could possibly happen. I never knew, honestly. The thing is, you got to look at like the people that are in the councils now and the mayors and all that, where they're coming from, their backgrounds. I'm not going to get into it too deeply because of the hate speech laws.
Don't talk like one of them. You're not.
Mate, you can hardly talk these days. You can hardly say anything about anything. You know what I mean? And we'll get into that in a bit. In another country, what's happened? Fucking hell, you won't believe it. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. We saw the thing yesterday with the, sadly, that massive mudslide and floods in Nepal. And I'm going to go back to that now because they've got some sort of idea what went on. So I thought it'd be interesting to revisit it. So we'll have a look at that. Collapsed glacier likely caused what? Likely? You what? Collapsed glacier likely caused devastating Nepal Tibet floods, scientists say. What do they mean likely?
What?
It either did or it didn't. How is it likely? It was likely that. It might have been that. It might not have been. What? What the fuck is that about? Whenever these scientists say stuff, innit? It's like, you know where this is going to go, don't you? It's going to be climate, innit? It's going to be. It's got to be. Preliminary, that's hard to say. Preliminary investigations have pointed to a collapsed glacier as the cause of the flash flood on the Nepal-Tibet border, highlighting the issue of rapidly melting Himalayan ice, scientists have told the BBC. Initial reports of an earthquake led many to believe that a tremor had caused a landslide, which in turn caused the flood that has killed at least 177 people. Oh yeah, if it was an earthquake, eh? That'd do it, wouldn't it? But can you equate an earthquake to climate change? However, here we go. US Geological Survey then clarified that the disaster was caused by a glacial collapse, which is when a glacier or part of a glacier disintegrates. The impact of the collapsed glacier hitting the bottom of the valley was so powerful, that it registered a magnitude of 5.2 according to the USGS data and scientists who have analysed the event. So you're saying it was a big chunk of something hit the ground on the earth and made it seem like an earthquake. Is that what you're saying? Not actually an earthquake that shook something and then it made it break or move. No. Okay, fair enough. Dr. Simon Cook, a glacier expert. How'd you get that job? Where'd you get? I'm a glacier expert. Well, what's a glacier, mate? It's like cold ice, isn't it? Okay. Can you go on? Well, it's when you've got like a mountain and it's up high in the cold atmosphere and it turns to ice and it impacts over time and it's called a glacier. Right? Is that it? What else? What else to be an What do you need? What else do you need to be an expert in glaciers? What else do you need, mate? What else is there? I don't know. I'm not an expert. I couldn't tell you. Maybe there's loads to it. I'm sure there must be. You've got experts on it. All right, we continue. Yeah, we'll go back. Dr. Simon Cook, a glacier expert with the University of Dundee, told the BBC his team's got a team of glacier experts. I didn't know there was such a demand. Did you? His team had detected that the lower part of a glacier in Nepal near the Langtang Lirong Peak, which is approximately 15 kilometres 9 miles west of the side of the floods, had collapsed. He estimated that the glacier collapsed in the northwesterly direction and then travelled westwards downstream. Okay, and a picture of stuff. An analysis by the International Centre of Integrated Mountain Development, ICIMOD, and Intergovernmental Scientific Institution found that there could have been, likely, could have been. Where have we heard all this before? Where have we heard all this sort of jargon before? Do you remember? 2020, 2021, 2022. Maybe, could be, possibly, could be, maybe, potentially. Isn't it? No definite, is there? There's no definite. So this is the analysis by the International Centre of Integrated Mountain Development and Intergovernmental Scientific Institution found that there could, not that there is, there could have been an ice rock avalanche originating from a high altitude area. It could have been. Could have been, couldn't it? It could have been. Might not have been. Might not have been. Might have been some exceptionally fat bird who fell over. Too many laughs, Gaz. I know. But it could have been. Could have been anything, couldn't it? Really, if you're going to be could have been, it could be anything. This caused, well, it could have caused. They should have said this. Now they're saying this caused. No, this could have caused. This could have caused a large volume of ice and rock debris to enter the Lendi Kola, a tributary of the Bohati Kurishi River, which in turn generated a sudden surge in the river carrying water, sediment and large boulders downstream. It could have. So it happened, that's for sure. The centre found that water levels in rivers downstream rose by between 7 and 9 metres within a span of 30 minutes, and several water monitoring stations were washed away or damaged. Glaciers, there's experts on them, you know, teams of them. Mike Surreal, a professor of earth sciences at Oxford University, said that this whole process from landslide to flood could have taken hours or even days. Could have. Could have. See the language again. This is somebody, it could have. It could have done it. Jack the Ripper could have been Shalom all along. Could have been. You know what I mean? Anyway.
The Führer couldn't have said it better himself.
Cheers, mate. Anyway, the sheer wave of debris suggests there could have been a landslide first. The water build-up dammed the river, and then it burst in one huge great flood, he told the BBC. Could have, maybe, potentially. Maybe. The topography of the area could have also exacerbated the flood. So pointed out that the Langtang Lirung sits on the crest of a high Himalayas, and there are incredibly steep valleys on both sides of the mountain, which could have funneled the water at high speeds. Could. Nobody's committing to anything here, are they? I bet they commit to something in a minute, though. You know what's coming, don't you? You know it's going to go there, don't you? It's got to, isn't it? It is still unclear what caused the glacier to collapse on Wednesday. Seoul said that Langtong Lering, like the rest of the Himalayas, has been slowly rising due to long-term tectonic movement, where one plate has been pushing another plate up. It's like putting a jack under the car and then jacking it up. As the mountain is rising, the glacier gets steeper and steeper, and it's inevitable that parts of it fall off. That's not climate. That's tectonic plates moving. But usually these are smaller chunks which temporarily blocks the rivers, and they're easily flushed out, he said. However, in this disaster, the whole glacier seems to have collapsed in one go, which Searle said it's very unusual. These floods happen all the time, but not at this scale. Gun is here, everybody. Good to see you, Gun. He said Wednesday's event likely happened because of two different processes. Tectonics with the Himalayas uplifting, and then here we go. So tectonics because it's lifted a mountain, and then climate change. Yay! Then climate change with increasingly high temperatures and melting of glaciers. Yeah, because that looks really melted, doesn't it? That looks really melted. That's a clear day. That looks really melted, that does. Don't it? Oh, God. It's unreal. I knew it was going to say it. The whole thing is combining to form these catastrophic disasters that we are now seeing on a regular basis. When are we seeing this on a regular basis? When are we seeing this on a regular basis? It's not like seeing women being attacked in the UK on a regular basis, is it now? By people, certain people. That's on a regular basis. That's regular. This stuff ain't regular. Scientists for years have warned of melting ice and permafrost, which is centuries-old frozen soil in the Himalayas due to climate change. One analysis released by ICIMOD earlier this year found that the Hindu Kush Himalaya glaciers are now losing ice at double the rate since 2000. This in turn exacerbates dangers such as flooding. Dr. Cook pointed out that there have been similar incidents of floods and landslides caused by glacier collapses in India, Switzerland and Italy in recent years. In 2021, a large chunk of Himalayan glacier collapsed in the valley of Kamoli in northern India, sending a cascade of debris and water downstream that killed 200 people. Scientists later estimated that the impact of the collapse was equivalent to 15 atomic bombs. Even in Nepal, the same region saw flooding last year caused by a glacier lake in Tibet bursting. These are natural occurrences, if you ask me. It's just natural occurrences. This builds up of snow and ice and all that stuff. Mahmoud Vaq Azam, a specialist with ICIMOD, said the increasing frequency of hazards in the biosphere, or the frozen parts of the earth, is becoming more visible than ever before. The pace of change is so rapid. While it is difficult to say whether any single event is caused by climate change, when you look at the pattern of these events, you do think climate change could have an impact, said Dr. Cook. The logic is that the warming planet, you will see shrinking glaciers, lots of snow melt, the permafrost that is particularly holding some mountain sides together is warming and thawing and degrading. So you are going to get more landslides, debris flows, glacier meltwater, lake outbursts, glacier collapses, because climate warming ultimately destabilizes these high mountain environments. There you go. So there you go. It might have been that, because that's what they said, the experts. And so it could have been, might have been. Could have been anything, couldn't it? Could have been. If you got damaged by insurance, I'm sure that they would have said it was a fucking act of God. 2 minute laughs, Gaz. Hello. Yeah, hello. Yeah, I got a place in Tibet, right? And is this my insurance company? Yeah. All right, I got a place in Tibet, right? And I just had a mountain fall down a ravine, and the expert said it might have been the tectonic plates, or it might have been a big chunk of thing fell off somewhere, right? Anyway, the long and the short of it is, my house is gone, my car's gone, all my stuff's gone, and I want to put a big claim in. What was it? You said it was what was it? It could have been that. Yeah, no, mate, it was an act of God. No claim. Thanks, bye. Too many laughs, guys. Too many laughs. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, we're still no closer to the actual cause of the event. In actual fact, are we? Because it could have been, might have been, would have been, should have been, could have been, but nobody's actually definitely. Nobody's actually. Why hasn't actually somebody gone in a helicopter, say, and had a look at where the area they think the thing fell, and see if there's like fresh, rock fall, if they could see. They're all supposed to be experts, aren't they? You think somebody would go and have a look. Right, yeah, and so when it comes to the internet and the digital world that we're all getting sort of slowly dragged along into, which we definitely are, by the way, and there ain't nothing you're going to do about it unless you're going to live in a cave and eat squirrels if you can find one. This is the latest thing. Hackers steal data from millions of airport customers. Yes, your data's all safe, don't worry. Your data, our data, my data, your data, everything. It's all safe, don't worry. Really? Is it though? Let's have a look. 3 major UK airports have been hit by a cybersecurity incident in which criminal hackers accessed the data of almost 9 million people and demanded a ransom. Manchester Airports Group, MAG, which owns Manchester East Midlands and London Stansted Airport, said customers' contact details, vehicle registrations and postcodes were obtained by hackers at the weekend. MAG told the BBC, yeah, all right, the hackers demanded a ransom fee for the return of the data, which the group said it refused to pay. The sum of the ransom fee was not disclosed. MAG said, at no point has passenger safety or aviation security been compromised. Because they're going to tell you if it has been, aren't they? And the system hacked did not hold customers' bank or payment cards. This time, maybe. The data of about 8.7 million customers was accessed. For fuck's. The majority of the data accessed was restricted to customer email addresses and related to Wi-Fi sign-ups within the airport's terminals, MAG said. MAG said in a statement, "We would like to reassure customers that Manchester Airport Group takes the security of customer information extremely seriously, and we apologise for any inconvenience or concern caused." That's all right, isn't it? Which, shouldn't you be able to sue them for losing your data? Shouldn't everybody get a payout from this? The firm said it only became aware of the hack on Tuesday and quickly prevented the hackers gaining any more access and notified affected customers. The firm said you only became aware because they sent you a ransom fucking demand. That's why you became aware. If they hadn't sent you a ransom demand, they'd have been hacking everything, wouldn't they? I'd have thought. We've got what we wanted to get. Right, let's send them. We want your money. Then they've checked what they've said. They got all this fucking data. Check. Hey, Bob. Oh no, don't worry, Bob. Jababu. Can you check the records to see if we've been, any data breach? All right, get back to me when you're ready. Yeah. All right. What's Jababu say? Can somebody translate? It's been hacked. We've had a ransom demand. That's how they found out. They got a ransom demand. Imagine if they never asked them for a ransom demand. How would they have known then? Allegedly. The firm said, we immediately contained the risk. No, they'd already been in there looking round everywhere, and then they sent you a ransom demand, right? And then you realised that you'd been hacked. I wonder if they're going to blame the Russians for this. Normally it's the Russians, isn't it? Normally it's the Russians who do all this stuff. We immediately contain the risk, and have been working with specialist advisors and taking appropriate steps to protect our customers and systems, MAG said. We have informed and are working with the relevant authorities. The airport group said the email addresses obtained by the hackers came from passengers signing up to the airport's on-site Wi-Fi. There's a lesson for you. Don't sign up to nobody's Wi-Fi. Hotels, airports, anywhere, pubs. Don't do it. More detailed data, including vehicle registrations, came from people booking car park spaces, arranging access to lounges, and booking fast track. Customers are urged to remain vigilant about suspicious emails, text messages, or phone calls, and avoid opening attachments from unknown contacts. The identity of the hackers was known. MAG said, and the relevant authorities have been informed. The hackers were known, were they? Wow, I wonder when that's going to come out. You know it's going to be, don't you? You know it's going to be them, don't you? They're going to say it's them anyway. They're definitely going to say it's them. Without a doubt. Ah, dear. What else we got for you? Oh, what is this about, right? If you got this far, please do the thumbs up. Please do the subscribe thing. If you've got this far, you should really, just to let me know somebody was actually watching it. Anyway, have a look at this. Irishman arrested in France over alleged threat and antisemitic remarks to Jewish couple. Tread carefully now, Gus. Tread carefully. This is you're getting into it now. All right, so tread very carefully. I haven't read the article. I'll be very careful. It's like walking through a fucking minefield with this stuff, especially when it's them lot, isn't it? Shalom all along. All right, Irishman arrested in France over alleged threat and anti-Semitic remarks to Jewish couple. The incident took place in a supermarket on the outskirts of Avignon earlier this month. An Irishman is facing up to 5 years. Fucking 5 years. Oh my God. 5 years in prison in France after being arrested for telling a Jewish woman that he would put a bullet in her head. It's not funny. The man, who is aged in his 60s but cannot be named for legal reasons, is also accused of making anti-Semitic comments referring to Adolf Hitler and the Holocaust. He was in custody in the Marseille area of southern France on Wednesday after being identified in a graphic video involving 2 Australian tourists. It was shot in Le Pont hypermarket on the outskirts of Avignon earlier this month and was circulated globally by the alleged victims. Public expressions of anti-Semitic hatred can be punished in France with up to 5 years in prison and fines reaching €45,000. Does that count for any other religious group? You know, if somebody had done the same to a Christian, would that happen then? I don't know. Or a Buddhist. Or Sikh. I don't know. In the footage, the suspect is referred to as Paddy, as a woman accuses him of having said, "I'm sorry Hitler didn't finish the job." Just careful, it's a minefield. This is a direct reference to the Holocaust, when millions of Jews were massacred by Nazis during World War II. Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. Okay, whatever. While there is no film of the man saying the words, he's clearly heard to say, "You get the fuck away before I put a bullet in your head." Announcing the suspect's arrest on X on Wednesday evening, French Interior Minister Laurent Nunez said kudos to the gendarmes, or whatever they are, for their investigation following the anti-Semitic threats and remarks made against tourists this summer at a hypermarket in Le Pont. Nuez added, anti-Semitism must be fought firmly and relentlessly. Of course it should. A French government spokesman said the Australian couple were violently confronted in a French supermarket by an Irish national who allegedly made serious anti-Semitic remarks before issuing death threats. 5 years, €45,000 fine, potentially. The investigation into the alleged crimes is being carried out by judicial police based in Marseille. Jewish groups in France have regularly complained about anti-Semitism being on the increase, with violent acts increasingly linked to the ongoing conflict between Israelis and Palestinians. You mean like genociding all them people in Gaza, putting them all the kids under the rubble? You're wondering why people have got the ump about that? I couldn't possibly say why people would have the ump about something like that, really. Myself. You know what I mean? After the supermarket video was published, France's anti-discrimination minister... For fuck. I bet we've got one of them. I bet we've got an anti-discrimination minister. For fuck. Roubuge said France will never compromise with anti-Semitism and hatred. Our country is particularly mobilised, especially since October the 7th, yeah, all right, 2023, the date of the Hamas attack on Israel, and will remain so for as long as necessary to ensure that no one ever has to suffer hatred because of their origin or that of their real or perceived identity. What? Their real or perceived identity? I don't know. Xi Jinping, the tourism minister, they're all getting involved. They're all jumping in on this one, aren't they? Said France is a welcoming land, open to all those who wish to discover it, regardless of their nationality or religion, or apparently their legal status, a bit like England, I think. No tourist should be targeted, threatened, or discriminated against because of who they are or what they believe. There was no initial comment from the arrested man or his legal counsel. Inquiry sources said he had been remanded in custody pending a possible charge or release. If charged, he is likely to face a trial later this year. Oh, imagine if it's just an Irish fellow who had a few beers. You know what I mean? You'd be regretting that. You'd be waking up in the cells thinking, oh, what did I say? We've all been there. We've all potentially been there. I definitely have. Iced tea. I don't know if you've ever tried iced tea, right? Really cold with ice. So refreshing. So refreshing. That one I think is peach. Peach iced tea. It's lovely. Bit addictive though. I think they put something in it, you know what I mean? Like they do with everything these days, isn't it? You know, they put stuff in it, don't they? So what's the other one we got for you? Oh, we got this guy.
Imagine no more.
Imagine that you can now pickpocket the pensioners. Oh, yeah. Andy Burnham urged to kick pensioners where it hurts by charging them national insurance. Well, imagine that. Imagine my surprise that they're going to try and bring in another tax from somewhere else, namely pensioners. There's a surprise for you. As the next Labour budget looms, pensioners are in the firing line again. And once again, the attack comes from one of those lefty... Oh God, why did they put it in red? From one of those lefty think tanks that spends its days dreaming of ways to drive our taxes to fresh highs, while splashing still more on benefits and green tech. They've developed a thing about pensioners. Tax-wise, they want to hit them for 6. It's almost as if they want to start an intergenerational war. Or perhaps it's revenge, because pensioners have learned the hard way never to vote Labour. Well, they should never vote for any of them, the thingy parties. What do they call it? Not multi-parties, is it? I had it yesterday. I got it right yesterday. That's weird, isn't it? Anyway, when the two-party, the uni-party, that's the one. Yay! Uni-party, get in there, Gaz. When Torsten Bell was top dog at lefty think tank, the Resolution Foundation, he was all over pensioners. He wanted to tax their homes, savings, capital gains and inheritances, and axe the triple lock to boot. He's been keeping his head down since being made Labour Pensions Minister. So he wanted to go for now he's Labour Pensions Minister. So he's definitely going to go after him, isn't he? Now the Institute for Public Policy Research, RIRP, has taken up the challenge. It's been dubbed Labour's favourite think tank. The IPPR has just called on Andy Burnham to shift the tax burden from workers to pensioners. To fund the costs of our ageing population. Like almost everybody on the left, it wants to slap new taxes on our homes. It also wants to hike capital gains tax rates to bring them into line with income tax, and that's just for starters. The IPPR has just called for Burnham to slap national insurance on older workers. It proposes applying the 2% national insurance rate to the earnings pensioners get from a job, provided their total income is above the £12,570 personal allowance. This isn't new data. Former Tory PM Boris Johnson was preparing to do it at a lower rate of 1.25% to fund social care. The charge was later dropped. Rest assured that if pensioners do ever have to pay national insurance, that initial 2% charge would probably rise over time and possibly apply to even more income. It's incredible, isn't it, how they carry on. You fucking work all your life, pay all your dues. And obviously these people, I'd say on the whole, if they're still working, their pension just isn't enough. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, you know. And like me, I'm going to work till I die, basically. That's why I'm trying to build businesses all the time, because that's the only thing. I ain't got no pension. I ain't got no... They're going to be my pension if I can make them pay properly. Otherwise, I don't know what's going to happen. At least I won't pay it well. I'll just be working till I die, really. Ben Ansell, a professor at the University of Oxford and author of the paper, argues that the tax system has increasingly shifted responsibility towards younger workers while protecting retirees who have benefited from decades of rising property and asset wealth. As the population ages, pensioners must pay. Fucking hell. A couple of decades ago, everybody was worried about pensioner poverty. Today, the left seem to think pensioners are all sipping daiquiris in their second homes. That's why Rachel Reeves thought it would be fine to withdraw the winter fuel payment, failing to realise that this would hit single pensioners on as little as £11,350 a year. The backlash sank Reeves and Keir Starmer's before the backlash sank Reeves and Keir Starmer's before they'd got going. Another tax onslaught on pensioners would sink Burnham. I'm hoping he's too sensible. A better way to help young people would be to revise Reeves' disastrous £25 billion jobs tax, which is wiping out entry-level jobs, and revamp the benefit system to encourage work. Too often it locks claimants out. We're all worried that young people can't get on the property ladder, but nobody on the left accepts our housing shortages might have something to do with the fact that Britain's population has increased by roughly 10 million since the turn of the century, largely due to immigration. They refuse to see any link. That's absolutely spot on, whoever wrote this. Bez, I'll have to work until I drop, hopefully on a stage somewhere, as opposed to teaching some snotty little a G chord. Can you play the cello? I tried to learn the cello during the lockdowns, that bullshit. I brought a cello and I hired one first, and then I'll get into it tomorrow. Remind me tomorrow, Bez, and I'll tell you all about my cello experience. I love the cello. Where are we? We were worried. Yeah. The problem with these reports is that they're produced by left-wing academics who only hobnob with like-minded middle-class lefties. Most wouldn't descend to talking to older working-class pensioners who have laboured for decades and still find themselves scratching around for every penny in retirement. The left treats accumulated wealth as evidence of privilege, when for the vast majority of pensioners it's the product of a lifetime of sweat, saving and mortgage servicing. Labour simply treats them as cash cows. With luck, Burnham won't take this report seriously. There'll be another one along in a minute. Friday tomorrow. Right. Yeah, Monday, Bez. Remind me Monday, 7 o'clock. Anyway, that's me. That's the end of this. How was the stream going, mate?
It was fucking biblical.
Cheers, mate. See, it's biblical. So if you have got this far watching it, you should definitely check that you're still subscribed. I can play the triangle. Well done, Gun. I bet do you play it well, though? That's the question. Yeah, like, subscribe, and if you're already subscribed, just check. If you can give us a thumbs up, that'll be good as well. I'll be back Monday, 7 o'clock UK time. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Bit of fun. It's all mad as ever. We'll see what goes on over the weekend. No doubt it's going to be even more insane than normal. You know, we'll probably have Trump and Iran again, or it'll be some mad shit, won't it? You know, it just never ends, does it? Anyway, thank you for being here. I've really enjoyed my week streaming live, and thank you for those new followers. You know, I think there's about 2 of you. It's better than nothing anyway, isn't it? And I'll see you all Monday, God willing. Andrea's here. Bye, Andrea.
We keep on moving. We keep on moving along. We keep on rolling. No, we ain't slowing it down. We keep on moving. We keep on moving along. We keep on rolling. Yeah. No, we ain't slowing it down. Let's go.
We ain't slowing down, baby. Come and show me how. Gotta do it right now. You know you gotta hold me down. Can I let the moment pass? Good things they never last. Pull up in a whip, you know I had to hit the gas. Yeah, that's premium. Pull up with a team and love. Keep it cool, calm, collected. At this point, you get the message. Life is hectic, but we gotta keep it rolling, no. Gotta keep it grooving, keep it moving like we stole it, though. Rolling with the punches, giving hits like we are Interscope. Even though I'm clocking, punching in, I'm independent, though. Staying prayed up, ain't nothing gon' phase us. Ain't never gon' let a lame say what they just made up. I never take a pay cut, we getting what we worth in. I never change the blueprint, cause we know it's really working. Moving.
We keep on moving along.
Keep it moving, keep it rolling.
No, we ain't slowing it down.
Never slowing down, never
moving.
moving.
We keep on moving along.
Keep it moving, keep it
rolling.
rolling.
No, we ain't
Keep it rolling,
slowing
keep it
it
moving. We
down.
ain't never gonna lose it. Cause we in it for the movement. If I'm lying, then I'm flying. Don't play into the amusement. If we trying, we ain't dying. Never sleep, never sleep, never. The moment that you rest your head, they think they can't compete. If you gotta skip steps, then the plan is not complete. Get your reps in, get your reps in, get your. Never rest on a past success. You gotta love what you do if you tryna be the best. Moving.
We keep on moving along.
Keep it moving, keep it rolling.
We ain't slowing it down.
Never slowing down, never
Moving.
moving.
We keep on moving
Keep it
along.
moving, keep it moving, keep it
rolling.
rolling. Keep it rolling, keep it moving. We ain't never gonna lose it.
Who's been to Epstein Island, mate?